Warriors. It's your girl Motivation Mona. Why does my mic look like that? AKA the Warrior. There we go. Um if you have not already subscribed, go ahead and do it. You got some time. You done? Did you do it yet? Don't be lying. Cause sometimes y'all be lying. But I came because I wanted to update you guys on how I'm feeling since that last hospital visit. And I wanted to get like a little more in depth and detail about what had happened because I couldn't really like give much detail because even when I was editing the video, y'all, I was in pain. Okay. But so on that day, I had originally went out. The night before, I went out, enjoyed myself, had a blast. Okay, and this is where a lot of warriors become introverts. This is where a lot of warriors become those people that don't want to go out because you go through things like this, where you're out, you're enjoying your life, you're doing what every normal person does at your age. And then the next day you're home, you're crying, you're suffering, you're in pain, and it's not okay, and it's not cool, and it's not fun. And that's what happened. I know my limit when it comes to alcohol. I actually did not have over my limit when it came to alcohol. I just simply was not being aware of the fact that the weather was changing. So consuming alcohol at that time was not smart. But I did it because I'm young. I'm enjoying life, y'all. And this is something that I want all my warriors to understand. Please don't ever think that you can't go out and enjoy life and do what other people do simply because you're afraid of getting sick. Baby, you're going to get sick anyway. Okay? So you might as well go outside and live it to the fullest because you don't want to get to a point in life where you're too old literally to do these things, and now you're living life in regret because you didn't take advantage of those young years. You did not take advantage of the times where you could have bounced back a lot faster. You know what I'm saying? So this is the reason why I don't mind living my life to the fullest at this age, because it's like I know I could bounce back a lot faster than if I was in my 40s or in my 50s or something trying to do this. Like I'm just taking advantage of the time that I have now, because especially being a sickle cell warrior, we don't know how much time we have. So do not sit there living in no bubble because you're afraid of getting sick, baby. That's okay. You gonna get sick. Okay. All right. You better go live your life. But yeah, so I ended up having to call a lot of people for help. Now a lot of my friends are 9 to 5ers. They do work a lot. So I knew calling them was kind of like a hit and miss. Very grateful for my friend Tay and her girlfriend who did come and get me, who did answer the phone. They even sat in the hospital with me. I didn't ask them to. I didn't expect them to. But I'm very much grateful for that moment, because it really just showed me that I really do have people there. You feel me? And sometimes as a warrior, we feel alone. We feel like we don't have people. We feel like people don't understand. We feel like people don't want to be there. And this is why I really emphasize a lot of the things that I talk about on my social media, on my shorts, just anything like that when it comes to importance of like who you surround yourself with, because your health will be affected by everything that you do in life. Okay. Now the hospital at the time was super freaking busy, so getting help was not fun. But I thank God that the Lord is always on my side, because every time that I did need help, every time that I did end up walking to the restroom on my own, which I shouldn't have done because I probably put myself in more pain trying to do it, but it was either that or mess around and use the restroom on myself, and I wasn't finna do that one, so we not doing that. All right. So toughen up. That's why I call myself the warrior, and just went ahead and did what I had to do. But every time that I did end up trying to take myself to the restroom, there was someone magically outside of the room, outside of the restroom, just there to help me. And in those moments is when I remind myself to be grateful, because I can be upset that my nurse isn't helping me. I can be upset that no one's answering this call when I'm calling. I can be upset that no one's responding to me when I'm screaming and hollering. But I can also sit and be grateful because in that moment when I could have fell to the floor, weak to my knees in pain, someone was there. Maybe not who I wanted to be, but somebody was there. And those are just moments that I want all of my warriors to just become aware of. You know, like every hospital visit isn't going to be peaches and cream. Every hospital visit isn't going to be to your standards. But you also have to be mindful that you are not the only person in the hospital. There are other people in the hospital that they are taking care of. And some of those people are a lot more needier than you. And that's just being real. That's just being real. That's the reality of the situation. And need some water. But once you become aware of the reality of the situation, then you can assess what needs to be assessed. You can learn to advocate for yourself in a manner that you are now having a conversation with someone and you're not telling them, you're not arguing with them, you're not angry, you're not overexerting yourself into a crisis because you feel like they don't understand, which, don't get me wrong, we have been in situations as warriors where it's like, are you okay? You know? But there are other situations where those people are really trying to help us, y'all. And they're doing it to the best of their abilities. You know? Um, Now at the end, when I did tell them, like, hey, look, I get this is your policy, but this is what's gonna work for me. This is what's gonna help me. This is what I need. And then once my pain is brought down to a 5, I want to go home. I'm not asking you. And it wasn't an argument, it wasn't a demand. It was more so like, I can see that you guys are confused and you don't know how to help me. So let me help you help me. You get what I'm saying? And that's just what it was. And once they finally, because after the conversation of, oh, after we give you a second dose of pain medicine, that, y'all, I wasn't having it. I was not having it. And this is the point where I'm talking about like learning to seriously advocate and put your foot down when it comes to things like this. You get what I'm saying? And once I finally did have a conversation with the lead nurse and the doctor and things like that, yes, you do have to go through all of that. And that's okay. Because I mean, the nurse gonna have to go through it. So I mean, somebody might as well tell them directly. Once I finally received my help, I just asked to go home and I asked my friend to come and get me. And I came home and took care of myself from here. Was I okay to actually be home? No. But I'm a warrior and I'm a soldier. I ain't gonna lie. And here I am, alive and well, right? Okay. So, yes, just really take the time out to take a deep breath when you are advocating for yourself, guys, because you never know what that person is going through as they're trying to help you. Okay? Just being aware of you're not the only person. That's just that, you know? But I'll see y'all next time. Like this video, comment on this video for anything else that y'all want to hear or know when it comes to me or sickle cell. And subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Don't be watching me and you ain't subscribed yet. Alrighty. And I'll see y'all next time.